Let's have a quick look. I did hear about this, right? I heard about this. And obviously, you know, when you look at the images, especially the cover of Horizon Zero Dawn, side by side, it's insane how, like, similar it looks, right? Obviously, it's just the artwork, but it's insane. Now, the game itself, there's parts of it that do very much look like Horizon. Never played Horizon, so I can't really comment. But I think this game's like a survival game as well. It's got crafting and base building and all that sort of stuff. But it's kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy how similar some of the stuff looks. It's funny, like I say, there's like the long neck with a disc in Horizon Zero Dawn. It's like a pelican here on the image. It's like even the image with her standing there in the background and everything. Insane, right? Actually insane. It's like, let me copy your homework. All right, just switch it up so it's not obvious. Bet, right? Literally, you know, copy pasting. Pretty much. So let's have a look, man. This is from Blunt Magazine. Sony is suing Tencent over new game claiming similarities to Horizon Zero Dawn. Sony has filed a lawsuit against Tencent over its upcoming game, Light of Motiram, which the company claims is a clone of Horizon Zero Dawn. Sony is looking to enter a long legal battle with Tencent over its new game, Light of Motiram. Now, they've got to really have something in there, right? Because I think going into a litigation battle with Tencent is like, you know, they've got endless resources, probably more than Sony, right? With the Japanese company, which the Japanese company has called a slavish clone of its 2017 game Horizon Zero Dawn. Many an eyebrow was raised in November last year when Tencent debuted the trailer for its upcoming game, Light of Motiram, an open-world action-adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic setting. In this world, robots have taken on the form of wildlife. And humanity has reverted to scattered tribes. Sounds familiar. Trying to survive without the use of technology sounds like another franchise from another major gaming company, right? When the trailer dropped, general audiences and journalists immediately caught wind of the game's similarities in the Horizon franchise. Now it appears Sony has spent the last few months building its legal battle against the massive Chinese company. As reported by Reuters on July 28th, Sony filed a lawsuit last week against Tencent regarding its upcoming video game. In the lawsuit, which was filed in California federal court on July 25th, Sony lawyers alleged it copies elements directly from the series. The company also claims Light of Motiram could cause confusion amongst gamers looking to buy a Horizon game. I can see that, right? I can definitely see that in terms of, like, you look at it, right? When you look at it, because I saw a comment from some dude. It was like, bro, I was watching the trailer to this game, and my girlfriend who don't play video games, if you've already played that game, right? Which is kind of wild when you think about it. Reuters reports that in Sony lawsuit, the company claims that it declined an offer from Tencent to collaborate on a new entry in Horizon franchise. That was the mistake there. They were like, hey, look, we kind of want to make a game with you, right? And they were like, nah. And they were like, all right, okay, we'll remember that. Fuck you then. Then later that same year, Tencent announced Light of Motiram, which Sony alleges is copying gameplay, story, and artistic elements featured in the Horizon Zero series. Do you reckon that maybe tried to want to gacharise the Horizon series, maybe? Like, you know, like a gacha version of it potentially, and they were like, nah. And they were like, all right, cool. Let's see how well you do against us then. Sony's asking the court in California for 150,000 in statutory damage. That's not a lot, is it? For each separate work in the Horizon series infringe and order blocking Tencent from violate. Oh, so they only want 300. So really, this isn't really about the money. This is about blocking it, right? Okay, all right. I suppose it's kind of hard to prove damages, all right. But if you can protect the IP, I suppose that's what they're looking for more there. They're probably just covering their court costs and any issues along with it, right? Let's have a look at the trailer, though. Let's have a look at the trailer, guys, and see how similar it is, yeah? Should we see how similar it is? All right, and this was like 8 months ago as well, but let's have a little look, see. Let's have a little look, see. See how similar it is. Horizon 4 East, you know. A version of Guilty Spark. Looks a lot cooler than Horizon if you're based on... That's probably what they're worried about, right? Because, like, obviously China's been cooking recently in games. They're like, yo, no, fuck you guys, man. You can't use our shit and make it better. I have saw gameplay as well. And the bit of gameplay I saw definitely looked a little bit more like a survival game. Like, it looked like they were building stuff, which I don't think you can do that in Horizon, can you? It's just an action single player game, right?
I call you forth, the fourth breath I grant you.
Yeah, definitely not inspired by, right?
To live in this world which spirals against time.
He's just Aloy but cuter, right? So basically, they just made like a sort of anime, hyper realistic anime version of of Horizon, right? Bit of Fortnite in there as well. Where's the battle bus?
We are with
Now,
you always.
they said they've copied gameplay, right? I think we need to look at a little bit of gameplay. And maybe we need to see it side by side. But like, it's hard. Obviously, they've got like, right? Anybody with eyes can see that. Like, okay, you can see what they're doing, right? But like, in regards to like the IP, can they like? I don't know. Is it? And they're not allowed to have something look very similar. Again, I suppose it depends on how the game plays and all that sort of stuff, right?
As long as the world shall live.
Like, we can all see what they're doing, right? You know, there's no argument there. The whole design language is lifting from Horizon, is it? So I don't know. I've never played them, so I can't really comment on like the intricacies like that. I'm just looking at it from an outside perspective, it definitely looks like it, right? It's too similar. That's a problem. Again, I suppose there is the argument that can be made in court that, like, you know, it would cause confusion with potential buyers. I think that is definitely a fair assumption to make, right?
I had this dream where a god that blessed brought destruction.
It's a CN game, so there's got to be gods, right?
Human beings kill God.
So again, some environmental stuff here. So this is pre-alpha footage. Do we actually see any game? I think we do. Do we see any gameplay here? Yeah, we got gameplay. We got gameplay. We got gameplay. I'm not gonna lie, it does look kind of cool though, right? Well, I suppose Sony would argue, yeah, you know. Yo, cheese or something as well, dude. Is that like a dung beetle? It's a robot dung beetle, yeah. It's not like crafting. So they were like, huh, right, Horizon. Maybe we bring in a bit of Zelda. And then we bring in a bit of Genshin. You know, give it a sort of Fortnite-y kind of anime look to it as well. Money, you know? It's definitely got like a base building system, yeah? It's like, again, I've never played it, but I'm like 99.9% sure there's no crafting, or at least base crafting in Horizon, right? It's just a single player action RPG, yeah. Is it open world or semi-open world? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I definitely haven't, again, I've never played it, but I've definitely not seen anything like this. This looks like your typical survival affair, yeah? Okay, we got some combat here. It almost looks like, a little bit like, it does look like it, right? But it almost looks like they've tried to inject a bit of Monster Hunter in there as well. Don't you reckon? The actual... Was this like a spider? Did she put that down then? Okay, so it seems like we can use monster... Can you do that in Horizon? Can you do that in Horizon? Seemed like she summoned a robot to fight for her then, yeah. You could hack enemies to fight for you, but you can't summon them. Okay. Bro's full on taunting the shit out of that spider. Bro's still getting clamped. There's another beetle, yeah. I guess so they're leaning into... I bet their argument will be, hey, look, we ain't doing animals. These are insects, bruh, for the most part. What the fuck you on about? Clearly different. Yeah, this looks like they were like, let's get a Horizon Zero Dawn and kind of mix it with Monster Hunter, right? Okay, that kind of sick, actually. Oh, we can modify them as well. There's like like a kind of mecha kind of thing going on here. That's what it makes me think of, like playing a mecha game, a PvP mecha game, and you're upgrading your mech. Is that actual gameplay, or is it just in-engine?
5 times I erased you, yet still you won't silence up. How much more resurgence
silence up, man.
do you need?
Shut the fuck up. Oh, that's funny. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered official launch trailer to follow up with it. Oh, what's this? This looks like it's copying that other game a little bit, if you ask me.
Let me tell you what's out there. Vast reaches of wilderness. Untamed. Majestic. But lethal. If you hunt these wild,
Yeah. Okay, alright, I can see why Sony are definitely looking at something, right? Who knows? Obviously, I'm not a legal expert. I don't know what they could do here, right? Obviously, if they did approach Sony in regards to making a whatchamacallit, a Horizon game, right? It's obvious that they had something in the works, and it was gonna be Horizon IP, and they were just like, alright, fuck it, I'll do it myself, you know? I'll do it myself. Again, I'm not a legal expert though, so I guess we'll have to see. It does look, obviously, right, if you've got eyes, you can see what they're doing, right? For me though, like, looking at the gameplay itself, it definitely looks like a cross between, like, this game and Monster Hunter, with a bit of Genshinified kind of stuff going on there to see in games. So, like, you know, it's not a surprise, is it really that? But the gameplay itself, I wouldn't say it looks distinct, right? It doesn't. But I don't know if they can obviously fight them on the gameplay, but I think they can maybe fight them on the potential for customers to, again, I'm not a legal expert, this is me just talking shit here, of maybe confusing the customers, like, because I think it's fair to say a lot of people would be confused, right, looking at this to, like, looking at this, you know, if you hadn't, you know, it looks a little bit less graphical fidelity wise, doesn't it? It looks a little bit like, you know, less visually impressive than Horizon. But there's definitely similarities, right? This is the type of thing where, obviously, this isn't probably going to have a box game, so you're not going to get into that issue. But this is the type of thing where you ask your mom to buy Horizon Zero Dawn, and she comes back with this, you know? Who knows? Maybe you'd be more happy getting this. It might be good. But I have to see, I guess. But Sony don't look like they're fucking around. It looks like this is just more of a court case to protect the IP rather than going after them for damages. Because what they're looking at, what, like 300k then, is it? How many games is that? Actually, there's more than 2 games, isn't there? Because there's, like, they got some spin-off stuffs as well. So maybe they could maybe push them for, like, well, like 500,000 more, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I'll be we'll keep our eye out for this one. See what happens.